Last week I went camping in Central Oregon, and I was returning to my campsite from hiking on the ridge above it, and where I got to see a beautiful sunrise and all of the mountains, the forested mountains around where we're staying. And I had just had this wonderful experience walking with my dog, and we were headed back to the campsite. But there isn't a trail between the ridge trail and where we camp. And so I was tromping through this really thick, dusty sand. It's a high desert, but your feet sink into it. There's rodent holes everywhere, sagebrush, big, huge sagebrushes that scratch you as you walk by. So I had to kind of wind my way through this, making my own trail, just tromping, and it was very tiring. It was a lot of work to walk around, and sometimes I'd have to even backtrack on where I was going, and it just took a lot of time. And then I came upon a deer trail, and it extended in both directions, and I had no idea that this trail was there. That it I had walked past it many, many times, and I just happened to land on it in a certain way where I could see it. uh, and in this environment, a deer trail is very subtle. The You can't really see. It's only that there's this sort of invisible straight line, and the straight line is only made up of the lack of sage bushes and rodent holes, and there's just this line that happens. So, but it's so much easier to walk on these trails because the sagebrush, you don't have to walk, move around it, and it's a straight line, and the dirt's a little more compact. And so I was super excited to have found this trail. And I realized that you can't see it unless you're standing on it. So if you were on the side of it at all, or even not even looking at it straight down this way, but if you were on the side of it looking this way, you would never see the trail. And you have to kind of shift your brain to see that negative space of the lack of bushes, to notice that that's what that is. And I think that that's kind of there's a little bit of life in this, that I have to take steps towards my camp, toward my dream, toward my goals. And sometimes winding back on myself, and I'm not always knowing how something's going to work out, but having faith in my direction. As I keep moving forward, that I find the trail that I'm looking for. But I have to get close enough to see it, and I have to be looking for it. I teach in my classes how the brain works. And suffice to say, we see what we are looking for. I have to take steps sometimes that seem like switchbacks until I can see that clear trail forward. So I invite you today to take steps toward your dream. Even if it seems like there are obstacles in your way and that you have to keep moving around side to side and coming at it from different angles. And as you do this, as you take steps looking for your deer trail, you will come upon what you are looking for. A clear way forward will be shown to you, seemingly out of nowhere. Blessings on your journey.